Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Pete.
And Justin died at Comic-Con, so unfortunately he's not here. But we are going to talk about Walking Dead number 58, Thor number 600, and Hexed number 2. So let's get right into it and talk about Walking Dead number 58. Pete, how you doing?
Oh, man. There's nothing like a crazy zombie event to make people sit down behind a car and talk about their feelings and their past.
I'm getting this weird feeling this was not your favorite issue.
No, I feel like you, where this was just a really filler issue where you got to have a little sob story time. And
this is so interesting because I actually realized with this issue that Walking Dead has jumped from my I don't actually buy it pile to the top of my must read pile.
What?
Yeah.
This issue?
Before this issue. This issue. Then I put this right at the top. And I read it and I actually loved it.
What?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought, they've been teasing this one as the inevitable happens or the unthinkable. The unthinkable happens. That's what they've been saying when they've been...
With this issue.
With this issue. And they do that in a very emotional way. Just what if the unthinkable would happen and how does it affect Rick, the main character?
And the unthinkable being sitting behind a car and talking about your feelings and then having your son crawl out and be like, Dad, I have those feelings too. Come here, son.
No, the unthinkable happens is what if something happened to Rick's son? And he's shown this through two different examples of how other people are affected when horrible thing happens because of the zombie apocalypse to their sons.
Oh. Well, it wasn't, nothing happened to his son. It was a what if. And now they got a weak guy. They got a weak guy on their team now who can't kill a zombie. It looks like it's
I don't know. I really like this a lot. I thought this was a good emotional issue. It gets to the core of what this series is.
I can't imagine what it's like to, be dealing with this zombie world. So it's tough for me to do that. But I'm just saying, if I got to the point where it's like,
just out of curiosity from reading comics, what in comics is easy for you to imagine? Is it easier for you to imagine a guy who flies around and shoots fire out of his eyes?
Yes, yeah. No, most things, I just feel that, like, if it got to that point, like, you have to say to yourself, if you become a zombie, you're going to die. And you stop becoming his son. So
I feel like
it doesn't
by
matter.
the time that
you got to kill him.
Become a zombie, you don't have a lot of, you're not like, well, I should probably die.
No, but I'm just saying, you were like, hey, it's real important, what if it was his son? He should shoot his son. You should shoot your son.
Sure, this is a choice that you're presented with. And Pete, let me tell you, if I even think maybe you're becoming a zombie, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, same for you, buddy.
Thanks.
Justin doesn't even have to become a zombie.
Because he's already dead. Definitely pick this up, I would say. What would you say? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's move on and talk about Thor 600 in Giganto size, returning to the original numbering for Thor. But this is by JMS and Oliver Quapple, which is the incorrect pronunciation of his name. But what did you think about this issue?
Well, I'm kind of upset at Marvel for making, I like giant-sized issues.
Yeah.
But I don't like paying more for an issue just because they threw in old stuff that they did one time in there.
This is a longer than normal story as well.
Well, that's true.
You get a supersized story.
Yeah.
You also get a backup story by Stan Lee, a new story by Stan Lee, and you get 3 reprints, all for $4.99, which is $1 more. Which you would pay anyway.
I would pay, but I don't know.
Did you get the variant edition?
No, I didn't. I thought about it, but it was $25.
Oh, okay. I'm very surprised, actually. What did you think about the main story, though?
I thought it was like one of those things where, like, it looks good on paper, like having the 2 different viewpoints going back and forth, but I found it kind of annoying to read. Like seeing the same thing again, but just from the other viewpoint.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, actually. For those of you who don't know, basically what's happening is Thor ends up fighting Bor, who is his grandfather, essentially. Yeah. And Bor has been driven crazy by a spell of Loki's and ends up seeing everybody as demons.
Right.
It's drawn by a different artist. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really cool, fun device. And as usual, this title is great with a great last page reveal.
Yeah, I just felt like it was like, hey, I just saw this fight sequence, but now I got to see it again from the other point of view.
No. It was continuing. You weren't seeing another point of view. You were seeing continuing action.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like it as much as you do.
Cool. I love it. It's the best thing. I could really imagine it. I could really imagine it, and I really understand it.
Yeah, if you only saw us as demons, you could get behind that.
I see everybody as demons.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a constant struggle not to kill you dudes. Speaking of demons, actually, let's move on and talk about Hexed, number 2. We were intrigued by the first issue.
Yeah.
What did you think about this second issue?
I continue to be intrigued and to really enjoy this kind of different world and this whole different... it's a fresh new comic that I'm really loving. I loved every panel. I loved the art, the writing, and I also liked the end, how when she got out of that body and the guy was just like, she was like, you could call the cops, but
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
This, for those of you who don't remember, the first issue, it's essentially about kind of like a demon repo man, demon repo lady almost. I mean, is that fair to say?
Lady.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little girl.
Well, she's not that little.
Teeny tiny little girl.
Oh, God, you're creepy.
Yeah, I guess. I am. But this is following up on the first issue. I really did have a point there.
Yeah.
Other than, I think this is really good as well. I actually like this a lot more than the first issue.
Yeah,
I
me
thought
too.
that the writing across the board, my big problem with the first issue was it felt like a lot of setup, and it felt like there was some very choppy writing there. This is very smooth. I do love the art as well.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really good. And this is probably actually the best series that Boom has out right now.
Yeah, I'm really liking it. I definitely, it's just so funny. I'm drawn in on the cover. It says, Hexed is cool and you should buy it. That's what they want to put.
From Pop Culture Shock, which is
A very cool website.
yeah, that's a very cool website that we have our blog on. But give a better pull quote for the top.
Hex is unique and different and worth checking out.
Yeah, Hexed is the bomb. Pick it up right now because it's gonna blow your mind.
Boom.
Yeah, if you're looking for magic, pick up Hexed. How's that?
Yeah, and plus it kind of does an interesting kind of like devil kind of thing that's a little different.
Wait. Don't get vexed. Pick up Hexed. It's like sex. You hear me, Mark Wayne? Definitely pick this up. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You can write us at thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com. Comment below, upload your video responses. And
if you're ever in New York City on Tuesday, 8 o'clock, People's Improv Theater.